Hello. Thank you for joining me for the first Crystal Clinic. Tonight it is about breaking up negativity, and we're going to have these about every other month as I'm guided right now. So we're not going to have one in December one because there's a lot of holidays and people are just like super busy. And I anticipate finishing my move. Holy smokes, after 7, that'll be 8 months after kind of being waylaid by the pandemic. That's why I call pandemic. So tonight we're going to be focusing on breaking up negativity. However, whatever other questions you have about or on crystals, please, ask them. This is your time as well. It's not just me yak attacking and talky the whole time. Most of these crystals you probably already know, and yet I want to be able to share them differently with you. So let's see if I can share my screen. And if you want me to, I can put this in a PDF document so that, and then give you a link to it in the email that will, you'll have it. So I don't know if anybody's on, whether you're on a phone or can not be able to see my screen. I'm going to be sharing this with you as well. Oh, all right. So you know who has just suggested that I ask you all if you have any questions about negativity and energy and crystals to get started, or you just want me to start? Okay, do you want me to just start? Okay, Dina, I guess you're, okay. All right, so let me go ahead and, because I couldn't hear you, so hopefully you said, all right, so this is what we're gonna do. I get nervous when I start something new, even though I've been doing this work for a million gazillion years in human form. I don't know what that is about, but that's part of the human experience. And anyway, so selenite, you can use one of those really big slabs to put across your lap. I have one whose name is Big Boy, and I think he weighs like about 5 pounds or a little bit around 5 pounds, and I will literally put him across my lap so that he just soaks up all of the energy. It's Big Boy usually sits on my coffee table when I have my own space, and so he's continuously clearing and absorbing and doing energy transfusions in my living room space. And then in those times where I'm feeling just more whatever it is that I'm going through, working through, healing through, expansion energies, then I will put him on my lap. You can use rose quartz. And in my personal collection in storage at this time is a big, probably about like so, and I think it weighs close to 5 pounds, between 3.5 and 5 pounds. It's really cool. It's big enough and heavy enough that when I carry it, carried it in 2 hands. And it is a smoky rose, which I have never seen before. And it's about 6 inches, in diameter, about 5.5, 6 inches in diameter. It's pretty big. So you can hold that, or it's big enough to put in your lap as well. Make sure it doesn't roll down your lap, so you have your feet up so it stays where it's supposed to. You can hold it in your left hand, or you can have it near you. When I am working with and wanting to break up negativity, negative energies, whether it's emotions or I've been triggered, or I'm working through some kind of spiritual growth and expansion, I like to hold the crystals. I like to have it more than just near me. I want to feel the energy. I really want to interact with the energy of any crystal or mineral that I have. So let's see here. Right, so let's see. Thank you, Evelyn, for joining us. Happy to have you here. Black tourmaline is an essential. And yes, we like to have one of everything, or at least one of everything, not only one. Depending upon how big your space is and how many sacred spaces you have, consider having more than one black tourmaline. I think I have two. One for my office area, and then one that sits near my big boy selenite slab on my coffee table, and you probably go right back there. And you can amplify the energies with clear quartz. Now we talk about it magnifying energy, and we think, well, I don't want it to magnify the negative energy, but think of it differently in that when you have clear quartz, and not a teeny weeny little piece, I mean, it has to work like super hard. Teeny weeny pieces, greater numbers of the teeny weeny pieces. So having something of any significant size helps you, and it helps the crystals it's around. So the clear quartz, and I'm jumping way ahead, but that's what we're doing at the moment. The clear quartz amplifies and magnifies the energies of all other crystals, and think of it as magnifying the energies of the crystals. And the crystals are very nice, positive, light, high vibe, dense, not in lower vibration as in negative or not as good, but dense as in grounding and clearing. And so all of that is amplified to bring up your energy, to help you clear out any things, any issues, any energies that you're not wanting to have inside of you anymore. Is it a complete, total healing? Yes and no. We still get to go through our processes. The crystals can help you to accelerate that, not by pushing, but just by clearing the energies out. So black opal, I love my, and I actually took it with me yesterday on my walk because, you know, even though I've been prepared for this move from El Paso, Texas to Tucson for quite some time, now it's becoming rather imminent. And yes, I'm nervous. You know, it just, that's kind of where that is, you know, how are things going to go? Am I going to find the right place? And all of that stuff that the conscious mind throws up at you when you absolutely know, yes, you're going to find the right place. It's going to be the right amount. You're going to be making, you know, this and that, and the transition's going to be easier than the conscious mind wants you to believe. So black opal helps draw out the negative energy so that the manifestations that you are really wanting and desiring have an easier time manifesting into tangible physical form. And if y'all have any questions, you can pop them in the chat box. I think if you're even on the phone, you can do that as well. So clear quartz, amplify positive energy. Amazonite, you might not think that it would really be helpful, but Amazonite is one of those blue, soft blue energies, subtle in that sense, not soft as in kind of like milk toast and not very powerful, but the Amazonite helps you to be in the flow of energy, going with it rather than offering resistance. So if there is something that you know you need to do, or that you're being guided to do, and it's like, yeah, I don't want to do that, or are you going to be good enough or confident, whatever that is, Amazonite can help you be in the flow. That doesn't mean all of a sudden you're going to be fixed. Maybe, you know, the human self gets to come through things a little bit more than that. The human self, the conscious mind, has a really awesome grip. It brings everything from the past, whether it worked or whether it didn't. Well, if it worked before, that was a fluke. It's never going to happen again, or blah, 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 blah. And what about Janie June or Johnny Joe? You know, they did this and they did that, and you're not anywhere like this. And then it also brings stuff in from the future. Well, what if it doesn't work? What if you don't do this? What if that? It's like, you know what? Time out. Go in the corner, go over there and talk to all those people, you know, virtually, and leave me alone. I don't even say leave me alone, because then it's going to come back and just bother me more. But at night, if I'm trying to sleep, or even on my walk, not on my walk so much, but I'm trying to sleep at night and I've got stuff on my mind, I had a lot of projects and I just didn't get to what I wanted to, and those kinds of things, then my consciousness, my conscious mind, whom I've named Charlie, probably heard that a time or two before, he starts making noise. So I send him over to the office, which happens to be just a desk in the room where I'm staying. But in my own space, I send him to the office, which is, not in the bedroom, and ask him to organize things or go talk to those people in the stadium, because there's 50,000 people that want to know and hear everything he has to say. And it takes some practice. Charlie usually goes and does that because it's all about being heard and acknowledged. And when you try to shut a little kid up, which is what the conscious mind usually acts like, what do? They get louder, they get more obnoxious, and they get more determined to get your attention. Kyanite surrounds you with a protective shield. And yes, it absorbs negative energy, but it also sets up a protective shield. Amethyst black druzy, energy renewal, rejuvenation, balancing, and alignment, those things also contribute to breaking up negativity. Because if we feel down, and I learned, I think it was on a post through Instagram today about the energy portal yesterday, more than I was aware of. Planetary energies, the zodiac, the astrology are not my strong suits. I make no secret of that. It's working with the crystals and the angelic realm, spirit itself. So it's a different vibration, not better than, not superior, just different. And I read that the transmission was incredibly powerful, more powerful than usual. And here's the thing about the 1111 portal. Anytime you have the month and the day, where the month and the day are the same number, like January 1st, so 1-1, February 2-2, March 3-3, and so forth, those are energy portals for manifestation, for releasing, for healing. And the Lion's Gate 8-8 is another one of those really powerful ones. And apparently so is 1111. 11 is a master number, and it's also the portal for manifestation. So in recent weeks, we've had a lot of turmoil. Whatever your beliefs, whoever you voted for or didn't vote for, just we can agree that there was a lot, still is a lot of intensity with the world watching the US and all of those things, and people being people. So the intensities on top of the 1111 and the COVID and all of that, it just amped it up way more, right? So you can imagine how if you felt a drain today or yesterday, and I even felt a little bit of a migraine attempting to come on, so I took one tablet and it dissipated it enough. And then I read that post on Instagram, and it's like, okay, I'm not just being a wuss. It was a lot of intensity. So aragonite star cluster, aura repair and protection. Your aura is your first line of defense energetically. It is important to have your aura clear and strong. The aura can get stretched, it can have tears, it can have thin spots, so that energies get in. This is not about freaking you out. This is about helping you be aware so that you can strengthen it. So a aragonite star cluster can do that. If you don't have one, you can imagine that bubble of pink light around you, so that helps to clear it out. Let's see, K2 azurite in a granite matrix banishes negativity. So you want to banish something, you want to return to sender some negative energy, whether you know where it's coming from or not, have some K2 azurite in your hand or right next to you. Carborundum. the real shiny one that has lots of rainbow colors and is very sharp, so you don't really, this is one you don't hold. You just have it near you, because if you're not careful, it will cut you. The little ridges are very, very, very sharp. That it is fabulous. It reduces stress and tension, purifies and aligns your chakra and energy bodies. So your first line of defense energetically is your aura, and then you have your energy bodies, and there are like 2 or 3 emotional, ethereal, spiritual, and then the physical body. That's, you know, where when the energy gets through, positive or negative, it collects, because your body is a magnet. It collects, and if you're not clearing it frequently and consistently enough by whatever way works for you, incense, exercise, it's why I do my best to walk every single morning, 6 days a week now, incense burning at least once a day, sometimes twice. This past Tuesday was a double dragon's blood incense burning day for me. It was a good meltdown day for me. So you do that. You can play the Om CD, play a singing bowl, have these crystals with you. Most of my crystals are packed away, and I can't wait to get them out. Blue chalcedony, protection from psychic attack and deep emotional healing. So if you're going through some kind of spiritual growth, then emotions from the past, and even like from yesterday or earlier today as an example, come up to the surface and need to be healed and let go of. So chalcopyrite helps you achieve a state of no mind, which is quiet, or conscious mind stop chitter-chattering at you. Okay. So Dragonstone Septarian, this is one of my favorites. It looks like a dragon's egg to me, which is why I like it. And holding it or having it really near you, so if you have it near you on your desk, like not 3 feet away, but like really close, or holding it while you're meditating, you can set up this kind of a protective shield, like Harry Potter's cloak of invisibility. When he put that on, he could walk through wherever and nobody could see him. Well, the Dragonstone Septarian helps to make your energy invisible or less visible to negativity. So it goes around you or just goes somewhere else. And it's not about zapping anybody. It's just about not collecting it and being affected by yourself or yourself. Herkimer diamonds, negative energy detox. Now, this is one of those crystals that you don't need a really big one. Now, if you have one that's teeny, weeny, teeny, then you want 2 or 3. But you could have one that's the size of my thumbnail and be really good with it, because they are very high vibe, high frequency. You don't need a huge piece, just like kunzite or sugilite. I can't think of anybody else at the moment. And pink Himalayan salt, especially in a sphere, if you have a lamp, light it. There's no scientific proof for it, but I have one packed away, and when I turn it on, it feels like the energy right near me just kind of goes, whew. And that's a really cool feeling. Okay, let's stop sharing for a bit and let's do some unmuting and see if, not if, but who has questions. And don't everybody all jump up at once. Okay, Dina, I know you have questions. So if you want to get started, because then maybe somebody else will have a question as well. I can't hear you.
Okay, I had to unmute myself.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you.
Got a big question. On Tuesday, 5 o'clock in the morning, I have to do a Black Friday event, and it's going to be high intensity, negativity, tiredness. I could only carry 4 crystals. I want to carry them all. Any suggestions?
What you can do is to set up a grid, or even like a a bowl or a plate or something and put all the ones that you want to take with you,
Okay.
okay? And then pick out, what, 2 or 3 that you can, but you set the intention like the night before you go to sleep, and, you know, you set up this protection energy.
Oh, interesting.
It doesn't have to be in a pattern, but just think of it like a grid and put all of the ones that you would want to take with you on this plate or in a circle or a bowl, whatever. But put them all together. They can be on top of each other depending upon what they are. So if they're palm stones, then it'll work. If they're clusters and points, then put them near each other. So maybe a flat surface, and it can be at your bedside, or it can be in a spot where you are most often when you're home. Okay, and you connect with it, maybe 10-15 minutes just sitting there. You can be watching TV and just have it on your lap or like really close to you so that you can see all the crystals. And then in the morning, I know because you're going to be half asleep anyway, so just pick out 2 or 3 to go with you, knowing that those guys, those crystals, palm stones, more than likely are going to help keep you connected energetically with the whole group.
Okay, that's cool. I like that.
And remember the pink bubble.
Yes.
And I would take, I think you have Dragonstone Septarian, don't you?
Yes.
Okay, that one
Mine's really big though, so it's hard to carry.
Okay.
But I'll put that in the circle though. That's good.
Definitely. If it's a little bit big too, and they're not tiny. So
yeah.
Maybe have that one close to the top of the stack or in the center, or however you're going to be doing it. And so choose the ones that, you'll know.
Okay.
Dragonstone Septarian needs to be part of it somehow.
Okay.
And just remind your conscious mind that you're connected and you're going to feel something.
Okay.
But you're going to feel less having done this.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, anyone else? Evelyn, if you have a question, you'll need to unmute yourself. Jonna, if you have a question. Okay, chat box. All right, let me put my glasses on. Sorry, no mic. Okay, don't have any questions. Okay, if you do, Evelyn, just put them in the chat box, beautiful, and I'm happy to answer them for you. Or not me, but my guides and me, or the crystal guides and me. Okay, so let's go back to screen sharing. And we'll go to this. There we go. Now, when you're working with eliminating and breaking up negativity, then it's also about raising your vibration. So some of these, like the rose quartz, is fabulous for both of it, because when you're breaking up negative energies, emotions, thoughts, any of those kinds of things, even self-sabotage, rose quartz is all about unconditional love. That is the exact opposite of fear and doubt. So that helps it. And sometimes I'll put shungite underneath my pillow at night. Now my rose quartz is big and round. It's not very flat at all. And certainly the big rose quartz sphere that I have is too big to put underneath my pillow. But you can put those near you. If you have a more smooth palm stone, like these guys, this is really small. But even if it's double the size, but flat enough, thin enough, you can put 2 or 3 under your pillow. And what did I put under my pillow last night? I put blue apatite, rainbow moonstone, and black opal. Put them underneath my pillow last night. And then, for sure, in the morning, I put them near a great big slab of selenite so that they could be cleared themselves of everything that they helped me with during the night. Not to mention the big slab of selenite I have on my night table. And I have a really beautiful sphere of golden healer. Golden healer palm stones are excellent for underneath your pillow. Red hematoid, which is also a red healer. They're clear quartz with hematite. That's what the hematoid is, hematite inside, which is grounding. And then the red is also for grounding. It's for protection, passion, and prosperity. And then the golden healer goes with your sacral and solar plexus. When your solar plexus is clear or fairly clear, then that pumps up your confidence, your feelings of being empowered rather than weak, victimized in the victim kind of language, like everything bad always happens to me and this and that kind of language just remanifests what you don't want. So Shungite is perfect for that. Bloodstone, right now we have just tumbled stones, but there's energy purification and raises your vibration. Tourmalinated milky white quartz. Another name for it, easier to say, is black tourmaline inside white milky white quartz. My guides are trying to make 3 words into one here. It helps to restore a more positive outlook. So we have the quartz, which is protection. It is raising the vibration. The black tourmaline, which is protection, sets up a shield or can, and then absorbs negative energy. So how could that not restore and raise your vibration and purify it? And smoky quartz transmutes negative energies. Now, do these crystals do more than this? Absolutely. And y'all are aware of quite a bit of that. That this is what I was guided, these crystal beauties were what I was guided to share with you tonight for this crystal clinic. An angel wing calcite, raising your inner vibration, opening your third eye and your crown and your heart to connect with spirit, your guides, and the angelic realm. Okay, so who else has questions about crystals?
It's kind of not a negativity one, but a positive one. When you say connect with crystals, I think I'm finally doing that, but I'm doing it in a way of dreams.
Okay.
But it's becoming more frequent. Does that just mean I'm starting to connect with them all?
Yes, and you posted, I think it was in our Crystal Vision Empowerment program, that you weren't hearing the crystals, and I'm glad that you have switched trying to figure out how I do it or how it works for me and
that
how
took
it
me a
works
minute.
for you. Because if you dream more, then the crystals, the messages, your guides are going to connect with you more that way.
Okay. I didn't make that connection. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I think I'm connecting with every single crystal I have. So it's amazing.
They can get quite vocal.
Yes.
And when I was in my own space, because now I have everybody, all the crystals that are in my shop are in bins and literally in my sanctuary space. That's what I'm calling it. And I have some of my personal collection. When I was in my own space several months ago, and I would telepathically ask who wants to come with me, I would have to stop after 5 or 6 because only so many can fit on my bedside table, So I was like, okay, that's enough. But the loudest ones are the ones that you connect with first, are the ones that can help you. And as we learned in our crystal channeling class, whenever we had that earlier this year, it was more about connecting with a specific crystal without being preoccupied with the metaphysical properties. It was like, okay, this is the one that wants to connect with me now. What are the messages? And if you go back and look, it has some association or relation to the metaphysical properties. But what's more important is the vibration that you have in that moment is what the crystal can help you with. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, anybody else? If not, it's going to be a very short clinic. But that's okay. I really wanted to get this started because I did not want to wait until January. And if I had tried to wait till January, my guides would have just been, bugging me. And it's like, no, you're good. All right, Evelyn, you're welcome. I have one last question for you all. A question, I think it is. Yep. Do you want what I have typed out and shared with you, whether you could see it or not? There's a list of crystals and a short thing about what they will help you do. And the first grouping is about breaking up negativity, and the second one is about raising your inner vibration. Would you like that in a PDF so that you can print it off?
Yes, please.
Okay. Yes, okay. Absolutely, Jonna. And I have a little bit of a surprise for y'all. Dina's already taken me up on it, which is good. I like to surprise beautiful souls now and again who take the initiative or take that next step to show up for something like this or in one of my programs when we start a sale, to give y'all a little bit extra time to get in there before somebody else. And right now, grocery delivery just, all right, bye, Evelyn. So we're having a gift a crystal sale. You can gift it to yourself or you can gift it to someone else. But it's 25% off everything. The new herbals are 10% off. So that's the burners. Any crystal, wand, mala, bracelet, whatever's in the shop is all there for you. So we don't have a Facebook group for this. We might start that in the new year. We'll have to see. So if you have any questions, I think maybe just pop them in an email to me, because I will give you the replay link as soon as this is finished rendering. Okay?